Okay, dear, what are we doing?
We are making low carb or no carb tea biscuits.
Okay.
They're made with almond flour, cheddar cheese, eggs, a little bit of butter or margarine or oil, and then you bake them. Oh, I better preheat the oven. There.
And just in case anybody's curious, we're trying this with a new camera. And I'm running it from a computer. So anyhow,
You need 1 cup of almonds, ground almonds.
hang on. Before you start, the tools you need to use for this are
A tablespoon, a cup, and a spoon to stir it with.
and a bowl.
Well, you could have your husband hold his hand out.
Not too likely. And eggs.
Eggs, and the butter. The recipe called for oil, but I prefer using margarine. You could use butter, oil, or margarine. And you need shredded cheddar cheese. So I use the marbled cheddar, and they turn out just as well.
As long as it's cheese.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I've got a cookie sheet, and I'm going to try something different. These are really, really oily when they bake. So I'm going to try it with parchment paper.
So that's that mystic parchment paper you keep telling me about.
Yes. I've had it for 3 years and I just now opened it.
Okay.
Everybody said use parchment paper. So I went out and bought parchment paper, and then I forget I had it and never use it.
Mine's like a steel trap.
Everything stays in there.
Okay, so.
And Dawn grinds this up ahead of time for me. So
this being almonds.
So I keep it in the freezer to keep it fresh.
Why not just dip the cup in?
Because it's still frozen.
Oh.
Okay. 1 cup of almonds. This is what they start out as. Just blanched almonds. And he puts it through the grinder on the KitchenAid, and I get almond flour. So there's a cup of almond flour. And hopefully this is a cup of shredded cheese.
Well, I think that's more than a cup.
That's good.
One note about the cheese. I don't like really strong cheese. So what kind of cheese is this?
This is medium.
A medium cheddar.
Yeah. You can use the old and make it as sharp as you like.
What's old?
The one you don't like, it's too sharp a taste.
Too strong, you mean?
Yeah.
Okay.
Most people say sharp.
Well, I'm different. I don't know diddly about cooking.
Tell me about 1 egg. It's possible that I will add a 2nd egg to this, but I'm not sure yet. And that pathetic meow you hear in the background is Lucky. There is absolutely nothing wrong with him. He just likes to make that pathetic yowl. Makes people think he's being tortured, so they go running. And
How much butter did you put in?
Tablespoon. The recipe called for 2 tablespoons, and by the time these things were baked, they had to tread water or tread oil. So I cut it back to I cut it back to none, but it didn't mix well. So then I added 1 tablespoon, and I'm going to add a 2nd egg.
Okay. And the reason you cut back the oil was it was just too damn greasy?
Too greasy.
You're adding the 2nd egg because that's too dry right now?
Yes. I think it depends on the weather.
Well, it's raining out.
I know, but
It's been raining for the last 5 days. I should be out building a boat.
Now the second egg made a little wet.
So a little more almonds.
A little more almonds.
This is called adjusting on the fly.
No, this is called Linda cooking. Larry over at the Wolf Pit site, he was asking, did they want him to change his channel around so that he narrates after he does the cooking? And I'm saying no, he's cooking in real life.
Hang on, before you do that, kind of tilt the bowl up here.
That's what it looks like. Can you see?
I don't know, can you hold it up to the camera a bit? Go up. Okay.
You can make it a bit drier, but this is pretty good. Now I've got the oven preheating to 400, and when it dings, you can make these this small, and they turn out, and they're nice for dipping in soups and stews. But since I'm making sandwiches for Dawn at work, I usually make them this size, because then I can slice them and put the filling in and put the top back on, and they're a decent size for a sandwich. I think he'd be laughed at if he took in hors d'oeuvre size sandwiches. Hey, maybe I should do that.
No thanks.
But I think that's about 1/4 of a cup to make them sandwich size. And when they're in the oven, I bake them for about 20 minutes, and they brown up quite nicely, which is good. And I have made what my kids have always called pigs in blankets. I know they're not the traditional, but I take just a hot dog wiener, and I make this, and I just push it down in the middle, put the wiener in, wrap it around, and they come out looking like
sausages wrapped in dough, and they're actually pretty good.
I used to make them with tea biscuits, but that's got the carbs, so I figured give this a try, and it worked. And really, even if you don't like almonds, you don't taste almonds in this. We tried it with coconut flour, and it didn't work very well.
It crumbled and it tasted like sawdust.
So we're sticking with the almonds and the cheese. Okay, that's it for now. I will go and finish.
Okay, here, who's that? Now kind of hold that up so.
Oh, okay. My hands are floppy.
Why do you think I handed you the paper towel?
Wet one would have been better. Let's see.
Okay.
And I will show you when they're done in about 20 minutes. So.
Well, after the oven heats up, 20 minutes.
So,
the oven at 400?
Yes. So we will talk to you later.
This is probably going to sound like an ad for KitchenAid thing, but...
What, are you recording that?
I'm recording this.
Oh.
What I'm doing is I'm setting up to shred the cheese for the biscuit mixture. I use this thing in the KitchenAid shredder. I like the KitchenAid.
Can they see what I'm doing?
Well, not really, no.
The other day when we were in the city and getting groceries, we were at the warehouse store, which supplies a lot of restaurants.
Stay there. Okay, now we can see what you're doing.
Okay, and I bought 5 pounds of cinnamon bark for about $8. Now, I've never used cinnamon bark before, but now I have to figure out where to put it. I've done two.
Well,
1
bring them
liter.
over and show.
I've done 2 of the, I think they're 1.5 liter jars, and I still have this much to go. We're gonna grind some of it, and I'm gonna try putting it in sticks into the pears when I can them, because Don likes the pears and he likes cinnamon. But I'll have to see how it turns out.
Okay. Back to shredding cheese. Ouch. Before I run it through the KitchenAid, I have to slice the cheese up so that it fits in. Now, I'm just playing with this camera thingy.
Well, stop it so they don't have to watch the board shredding and cutting.
I can edit it out afterwards.
No, I told Larry at the Wolf Pit that I liked the way he did it. I said, when I do videos, you hear the cats, you hear the husbands, and you see them. And the only thing I edit out is when the cats get jump up on the counter and get too close to the food. So you can't edit it out. Okay, the oven is now at 400. I stick it on the middle rack, and I'll come back in about, I'll check it at 15 minutes, but it usually takes about 20.
Linda uses a wimpy knife. I can't stand her wimpy knives.
You bought it for me.
Yeah, well. Also bought the big knives. I like the Eskimo knife better. Okay.
John also bought me a present. We went into Canadian Tire store, and they had pots and pans by Chef Frites or something like that. And they were usually $600, and they were marked down to $209. And I said that'd be a good gift for our son, who's moving back to Canada with his wife and daughter. And they're going to have to restock a house because they're not going to bring anything that they've had in China. So then as he's putting it into the buggy, I says, jeepers, that's a really good set. I wouldn't mind one. And the sales clerk who had been helping us sort of looked at me, and Dawn picked up the other box and put it in the buggy, and she says, you're buying it for her? And he goes, yeah, she wants it. She looked at me and said, he spoils you. I said, I know, that's why I'm keeping them. So now I have this beautiful new set of pots and pans, which I absolutely love.
Yeah, well, what she's not saying is she's older than me now. She just had a birthday, and that was the birthday present.
I think we'll be editing out this part as I kill my husband.
Yeah, I got the knives in front of me.
Remember my gadget?
Which ones? Ah. Okay, I'll shut up now.
Now I just had my 58th birthday, and Don will have his in August.
Yeah, we're old farts. Okay, I need a big bowl.
No, down. Over here, Don. Down there.
Oh, okay.
bark is a lot softer than cinnamon sticks, which is really good because my hands would be ripped to shreds by now.
This thing's locked down.
Let's do that.
That's a whole bunch of shredded cheese. I'll stop going now. Okay, hang on. Just let me get this stuff out of here and then you can take that out. I don't know. Okay, you're recording.
Okay, this has been the 15 minutes. Ooh, they are done. They're also hot. See, you get a lot of cheese. They brown up nicely. And these are just about perfect. And the oil isn't all over the pan, so I guess the parchment paper is working.
Yeah, they look good.
And there I have enough muffins to do Dawn for 2 days for lunch at work. So.
Diabetes sucks. Okay, say goodbye.
Bye.